Good morning and welcome to TAC on the Ledge. I'm Jason Hassan. I'm joined by Kelsey Bernstein. We're going to review the week that was and the week that is about to be here. 32 days. 32 days are left.
Just 32.
Just 32, with 9,700 pieces of legislation that have been filed and only 12 passed. There's a lot of consideration that's going to be done by the legislature. The big one that we are all kind of looking at is...
One we have to vote out.
One we have to vote out, that's right, is the budget. The budget right now between the House and the Senate, about $247 to $250 billion between the two chambers. So we're off by about $3 to $3.4 billion. Mm-hmm. The big issue there is the method of finance, how they're going to actually come up with the money. Where are they pulling all this money from? The House wants to use rainy day funds. The Senate doesn't. Huge articles, a wish list, lots of bills that are contingency.
Yeah, and constitutional amendments for general obligation bonds, just like the one that had passed second reading with Representative Davis out of Harris County yesterday.
These all have to be taken into consideration. So the Conference Committee is going to be meeting, working through these details, also paying attention to all this legislation that's still out there to see what the final implications are. We have a great resource online. It'll be out both on the website and then it's going to be out in this week's newsletter to help track the budget. The budget's about a 900-page document, and not every line matters. What we've done is kind of consolidated that to an easy-to-follow version, and as we kind of work through these last couple weeks, this will be a great resource.
That's great. And I heard late last night, House Ways and Means met to vote out SB 2.
That's right. SB 2 is the property tax bill from Senator Betancourt that's made its way over to the House now. They made some modifications. They changed the bill up a little bit. It has a 3.5 cap, made some other changes. The big thing here, though, is that bill is now going to be able to be subbed out on the House floor, and 3 times in the last 2 weeks, House Bill 2, the House version, has been postponed. So now they're coming together, and they're all supposed to be heard on Tuesday, April 30th.
Which is what day, Jason? Can you remind me?
Yeah, that's the County Government Day at the Capitol this year. So we're hoping that the engaged officials that we're going to be present will lend their voice to this discussion.
I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I think this week, out of any other week, shows just how much local county officials' voices have been heard. There was a bill on the floor this week, HB 994, by Representative Ryan Guillen. Yeah. That bill was strictly just for Atascosa County. The Atascosa County Justice of the Peace brought it to the representative. And what that bill does is have the appraisal review boards, where it's usually if you appeal your appraisal review board decision, goes to district court. This would make it go to the justice courts. So Atascosa County wanted to use it as a pilot program, see what the workload was going to be. Well, during second reading, there was an amendment tacked on to make it statewide, which would have huge implications for justice courts throughout the state of Texas. Not only did the JPs call in their members, we had Commissioner's Court, all the county family really got engaged with that. And what ended up happening was Chairman Dan Huberty from PubEd made an amendment to strip the statewide and keep it purely Atascosa County. We'll be monitoring it as it goes to the Senate, but thank you to Chairman Huberty for being able to keep that local.
And it's a great example, again, staying engaged, why it matters. With so many moving parts, you had mentioned Chairman Huberty, his school finance bill
That's right.
is over in the Senate, and Senator Taylor rolled out his version. So on Wednesday, late Wednesday afternoon, he rolled out a committee substitute for Senate Bill 4. It's a 289-page bill, very comprehensive, changes formulas, contemplates a tax swap, constitutional amendments. What this all means is with 54 to 56% of anybody's property tax bill being school property tax, this is going to implicate what that looks like in years to come. There's some errors in there, some little notes that they're going to need to clean up, and Chairman Taylor, recognizing there's so many stakeholders and so many different groups, he's given everybody a week to kind of look at this, make those changes, and incorporate it before they advance it. Mm-hmm. So again, what's happening now, you're going to see shape really the next week, maybe 10 days before that one's up. So property tax and school finance all coming to a head along with the budget as we continue to move.
Well, and not only that, but earlier this week, too, I heard that Chairman Craddock had 11 bills of eminent domain as well.
That's right. Another interesting issue. With all those different, a lot of these issues have been surfacing, throughout the sessions, and they continue to remain somewhat contentious. Senate Bill 421 by Kolkhorst is pretty much the bill that many of the stakeholders have been coalescing around. Industry, publics and privates, landowners, property owners. This is there's still differences that they're working out, but I think this is going to be the bill that actually advances and kind of coalesces around. But again, next week we're going to have to see what actions are going to be taken and what bills actually do advance from there.
Definitely, and I love how you mentioned the stakeholder engagement. So next week, House Bill 2048 by Chairman Zerwas,
DRP bill,
which is the stakeholder agreed driver responsibility repeal bill. That is going to be up on the House floor. Once again, a great way for our local officials as they come into town to stay engaged, reach out. It's obviously working from what we saw this week.
That's exactly right, and that's a big one too, and lots of hours have been put into it. Other bills worth mentioning, we've got some broadband bills that have passed, funding for state parks, funding for a disaster response loans for county officials. We try to outline a lot of these in our newsletter, so look there, and also on our website. And then most importantly, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, County Government Day at the Capitol. We'll be starting here at 7:30, bright and early for breakfast. Please join us. And then we'll be going over to the Capitol later on. You can find all of that information and where to register online on our website.
And with that, remember to stay engaged, stay strong, stay 254 strong.